Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Fallen London. There is a new exceptional story, so we are going to have a look at it. The exceptional story is called The Price of Loss. A procession moves through the back alleys of Mrs. Plenty's carnival, keeping to the shadows. Canes, prostheses, deformities, any one person in the crowd wouldn't draw too much attention. Not here. But their togetherness appears organised. A tomb colonist, well dressed in a fine morning coat, falls out of line and quietly addresses you. Just a moment, may I ask, are you in search of meaning? Ooh, what an interesting question. Hurry past. A pitch loaded with assumption leads nowhere good. No, I'm never looking for no meaning, ever. No, thank you. Well, yes, truly who isn't? That is, who isn't looking for meaning in their life? Well, you're in fine company then. The tomb colonist theatrically unfolds his arm, as if to encompass the crowd. Do you see? These are servants. He studies your reaction. No, we have no master. We serve each other. Rather beautiful, don't you think? His voice cracks. He wipes away a tear with a bandage and excuses himself to fall back in line. The crowds head into the gloom of the carnival. Ooh, got some free Whisper Satin scraps. It should be in the Season of Hobbies, which is where the other one was, because this is the second part of the same set. Unlock the price. I'm doing this rather late in the month. The 21st it runs out. It's the 16th. Bloody hell. You have unlocked the exceptional story. It begins with a patchwork tent available anywhere in London. So, a patchwork tent. Here we go. All around the honey dens of London, the mournful and the afflicted spread rumours of a gathering at the carnival, a chance to reconcile with the past. In an untrodden corner of Miss Plenty's carnival stands a tent sewn from fabric scraps, a kaleidoscope structure of worn clothes, textured blankets, and theatre costumes. Perched atop the central point, a weather vane knocks in the wind. It's an ornament, an unequal triangle. The furthest edge, the arrow. This must be where the rumours lead to. Enter the hole. There are many holes of varying sizes, none of them an obvious entrance. Nothing ever good ever started from walking into a black tent. Unobstructed. You climb through a misshapen hole. Inside, dozens of people sit quietly in wooden chairs. None of them stop or question you, or show any concern about your presence. Their heads turn in unison, following the movement of a woman in a bell-shaped dress. A moribund performer moves with practiced form across the dirt and dry, withered grass. Her dress is dirty around the hem, streaked with mud. Her movements are elegant, but she limits herself to a demi-pointe. Her routine absent of major bends and leaps, of any expression too dramatic. The execution of a simple palais marks her face with pain. Oh, I wish I knew more about dancing right now. Watch silently. The routine may be minimal, but her presence makes an impression. Whisper judgment. Her routine has flaws. There, she sickled her feet. Applaud with the crowd. Everyone is captivated. There is applause throughout the performance. Let's watch silently. Polite close. You notice how she pauses between each move, holding positions for longer than expected. She balances endpoint, performs a simple pirouette, and bows. At last, she addresses the room. So many obtruders, so beautiful. All my gratitude to Miriam and her generous gift of this space. Among the crowd, Miriam places a hand over heart and beams. We may begin! You wait for an explanation that never comes. People pick up chairs and set them down again. Someone moves your chair halfway across the tent from you, for some reason. They smile as if they have shown you a great kindness. An equilateral triangle of chairs. People cast nervous looks around the fire, wondering who will speak first. So we can encourage people. Encourage the moribund performer. Who is this hostess? Encourage the volatile veteran. They keep trying to get a word in. Or encourage the bundled man. He attentively listens. Surely he has something to say himself. Well, let's start with the hostess. A failed performance. The moribund performer only speaks of the recent past. She's known well enough for the rest to be redundant. She describes the opening night of her show at Mahogany Hall, the anticipation, the hesitation, how she danced through the pain, recovered from her first mistake, her second, but the mistakes went on, and the audience turned. Then I bowed. I saw my very first instructor among the balcony. The betrayal marked on her face hurt my heart. She takes a moment to collect herself. Oh, I'll encourage the volatile veteran. Generations of estranged families. The volatile veteran's words spill out of them, narrating their career, acquiring intelligence for the Admiralty, and irrepressible memories for themselves. All the time away and the difficulty coping ruptured their family, who couldn't tolerate their behaviour. On that, they do not elaborate. It's been some time since they moved on. I can't do the same. Their movements become frantic, frustrated. The people sitting next to them lean away, not quite scooting their chairs, but certainly moving to the opposite edge. And my own admission. So we can't speak to the bundled man now. All eyes are on you. And the man begins to speak but changes his mind. He waits for someone else to go first. I guess we have been making other people speak, it's only fair. A personal admission. The gathering expects to hear from you. What troubles you enough to come here? We have 4 choices, one of which is a non-choice, but loss? It is a process, one you might never complete. Regret? You wish you'd chosen differently, or not at all. Emptiness. There is a restless nothing inside you, insatiable, or offer nothing. Maybe you keep it close, maybe it's not their business, maybe it's nothing at all. Let's go with loss. That's the one that rings most resonant with me, so we'll do that one. She understands. The moribund performer offers her hand in consolation. It's painful, isn't it? You don't feel it just once, but in stages, each like starting over. The others are patient, waiting until you've been silent for a while to move on. Now it's time for the bundled man. He attentively listens. Surely he has something to say himself. Minor complaints. The bundled man keeps a jovial tone to his recollections. He describes with a smile how a stray cat he enjoyed the company of no longer comes around due to acquiring an owner. The cat, he fondly recalls, would play with his bandages like ribbons, chasing them in circles. There are other cats, I know. Plenty in London, of course. I will learn to love anew. All in time. Some people look around the fire, insulted after his anecdote. The volatile veteran's face is twisted with irritation. Others laugh, enjoying the moment of levity. People begin to pick up their chairs. The volatile veteran notices you remain still and comes over for a word. Give us a hand, will you? Won't be the last time this evening. There's some sort of pattern to all of this. A new shape. The group moves with synchronicity of an ant trail. You place your chair next to the veterans, who, unlike yourself, seems to know what they're doing here. They spin their chair on its leg before sitting down. All this marks the start of a new moment in the gathering, reforming ourselves and then moving on. The moribund performer stands on her chair, Carrying her arm over the fire, over the gathering, she looks out towards the distance. Here, now we'll care for each other, one by one, to strengthen ourselves, to practice care for the coalescence. Gathering is quiet. The coalescence? Hold on, what now? Yeah, what's the coalescence? I feel like I've heard this before. You've learned about the coalescence. Something great, something pained. The moribund performer places a finger over her lips and whispers, "The coalescence lives. It is beauty, compassion. It's like us. Don't worry, we'll all meet it soon." Those gathered cast pointed looks at one another, then watch to see what you do. Is everyone looking at me? Don't make yourself feel out of place, just sitting there, the whole room's looking at you. People converse, decide who can help another, pair off. Some have already left. Oh, so we have a choice. We can either try and choose the moribund performer. She waits with perfect posture. The volatile veteran. Their eyes flit around, desperate. Or we can assist the bundled man. He crosses one leg over the other. He is open to conversation. And they can all only help us 2 out of 3 here. See, I'm drawn towards the performer. But the bundled man is also quite fun. The volatile veteran kind of at the bottom of the list. But you know, for the sake of it, I think I'm going to pick the performer. A favoured item. The moribund performer looks stricken. I've ruined thousands of shoes, dancing holes throughout them. But there's one pair. The pair from my first performance. She describes the lace bow on the front. How their presence was a lucky talisman. When the audience chased me away from the mahogany hall, I left them behind. I can never show my face there. She wants you to retrieve them. Okay. I guess we're going to the mahogany hall. Mahogany Hall is animated with the energy and anxiety of strict production schedules. The stagehands, craftsmen, and performers all walk around with tired eyes and frazzled hair, half a second from shouting at their collaborators. Somewhere there is a pair of shoes that once belonged to the moribund performer. So we have 2 options. We gotta plead for the shoes using our persuasive skill, or we can steal them. I mean, see, I'm normally a very persuasive character, but do you really want to walk into this place and be like, "So, there was a performance here, they were really crap, they left their shoes behind, can we have them back?" We could just steal them, nobody will ever know, so let's do that. Just where she left them. The shoes are found in a dressing room, piled in an unkempt corner of objects no one had time to deal with. The only broken pair with the lace bows on the front. Hopefully these are the right ones. A dancer seems curious about your presence, but doesn't press it. Anyone behaving so deliberately must belong here. See, that's the key. Being deliberate. Everyone's gathered around the fire, back to the tent. Take a seat. The chairs are arranged in the shape of an isosceles triangle. Sure hope I said that right. It's been a long time since I did maths. People who converse, people who can help each other pair off. Some have already left. Update the moribund performer. You have her shoes. Mostly sentimental. The corners of her eyes curl at the sight of these dirty, broken shoes. She starts to hug them, but stops when she catches their scent. They could stand a wash, but it'd degrade them. Maybe a sealed case. She slides them under her chair for now. For now, we have to help the volatile veteran or the bundled man. Oh, I guess we'll do the volatile veteran. Oh wait, no. You'll only be able to assist 2 out of 3 here, so... Since he was the last on my list, let's do the bundled man. He crosses one leg over the other. He's open to conversation. A simple request. The bundled man moves a bandage away from his mouth. There's a place whose coffee I can't get enough of. No, not Caligula's. He describes the pungent smell, the dirty pewter cups, how it destroys his stomach for hours after. He speaks like he's in love. Thing is, they don't like me being there. A real shame. A little place on Ladybones Road. Just bring me a cup. Ah, here we are on Ladybones Road. Acquiring fresh coffee. What a bizarre request. The place can be smelled long before it's seen. A hanging, acrid odour. The result of burnt brew. Maybe, or a bad roast from the start. There's only a few customers inside, and the barman doesn't get why you need to leave with the cup. His cup, you see. Surely he wouldn't actually chase after it. That's a terrible idea. You ever tried running with a cup of coffee? Oh my god. Claim it's for the urchins. A young connoisseur can be relied upon for the future custom. They might even pay. Yes, do it for the urchins. Good business sense. The barman is sold. Urchins might be poor, but they have the most important quality of all. Persistence. He regales you with his past troubles, the obstacles overcome, the will to persist and serve a reliable cup of coffee. Slings and arrows be damned. You make off with the cup. Now we need to update the bundled man. The coffee is no longer hot, but it's here. Delicious. Somehow. The bundled man empties the cup in one long drink, ridding the room of its odour. Drops of the liquid stain his bandages. He thanks you. I go back and forth, often about patronising a business that doesn't want me around. I'm not sure it's even about the coffee. He stares into the mug. Your own need. Is there something that you seek? The gathering inquires about what you need relief from. I don't know. I mean, I think there's a couple of problems my character actually has. So... nothing at all. Things are fine. Just fine. No one presses too much. More than others, the bundled man notices your response. There are some things we don't have to share with others. From the looks going around the gathering, you're not sure everyone agrees. That doesn't seem good. You've offered nothing to the gathering. Rearrange the chairs. The chairs again. Fine. You know the routine. You move your chair just fine without help from anyone, following the lead of knowing strangers to help form whatever unusual shape this will be. Noticing your newfound initiative, someone nods in approval, a remarkable concession. The morbid performer pulls jars of prisoner's honey from a worn wooden crate, passing them clockwise around the configuration of seats. If you have trouble opening a jar, please ask someone close to you. People grab at them greedily, but gently, like sacred objects. From an obscure hole in the tent, he is gesturing you to come outside. Meet the bundled man. Behind the patchwork tent, the bundled man looks over his shoulder, then turns to you. He's holding a small silver hand mirror, filigreed with raised tulips. I used this to dream in the Waswood. You can have it if you'd prefer to avoid the vice of honey. His voice sounds tired, his earlier gaiety dissipated. What's all this about? He's being too cryptic. Companionship. The bundled man inhales, nervous. When we take the honey, we'll be in the realm of dream. What waits there, what the gathering calls the coalescence, well, I want you there with me. You're new here. Everyone else, their relationship with the coalescence is unhealthily idolatory. The mirror shines in his hand, reflecting the false stars above. Take the hand mirror. It's better than becoming honey-mazed.